As African governments and countries increasingly commit to energy transitions, the focus is shifting from policy to practical action. In this segment, AEE INTEC, the Austrian-based Institute for Sustainable Technologies, shares some practical and impactful approaches to help guide this transition.
I think there are several points for policy. First, starting maybe with education and awareness. I think to start here already in the school or then in university, that people are well educated within these new technologies and get a good possibility for further job opportunities in this field. The second thing is to invest in infrastructure is crucial. I think we see it also in Austria or in Europe, due to the fact that more and more renewable energy is feeding in the electricity grid, for example. The grid is not strong enough to cover everything. And I think to consider this already in the SADC region, I think this is a crucial point to focus on the infrastructure, net infrastructure, electricity infrastructure, but also other infrastructures to be well prepared if renewable energy will be increased.
Technology is driving the energy transition, enabling us to tap into renewable resources, improve energy efficiency, and build smarter grids for a sustainable future.
Then I think from the technology point of view, there should be no, all renewable energy technologies important, yeah? And has to be considered to apply in different sectors. Yeah? But you should not exclude one of the technology, really to think about all of it, because it's anyhow, there will be in the future a challenge to cover everything with renewable energy in this field. Storage, it is an important point, yeah? Because somehow you have to store the renewable energy. Most of them are fluctuating. You don't have this constant production of renewables, so you need storage. Is it batteries, electricity storage, but also thermal storage systems? This is important. And then I think from the investment, public-private partnerships, I think is a crucial point, really, that you include private investors in combination with the public authorities, and to support renewable energy and to close this gap maybe of the financing between fossil fuels usage.
AEE INTEC emphasizes that energy transitions must create fair opportunities, protect livelihoods, and ensure access for all.
To take them on this journey of the transition, yeah? And this can be done really to make, let's say, also operations, for example, in investments where people or the citizen in a region, for example, have advantage if there's a photovoltaic field, for example, because they get cheaper energy out of it for the people there, or for wind parks, etc. So I think this is a crucial point, really, to think about the people living there where renewable energy is produced, that they really are convinced on this technology. And the last point, what I want to say is, I think Africa, or the SADC region, has to be careful to produce renewables, especially hydrogen, for example, first for their needs and consumption, and then to think about if there's a surplus of hydrogen, then to export it to Europe or somewhere else. I think this is very important. Otherwise, these regions again just rely on fossil fuels, and the renewables, for example, hydrogen, is used then abroad.
For industries where emissions are hard to eliminate, carbon capture is emerging as a game changer. It's the key to reducing carbon footprints in sectors like cement, steel, and aviation.
And carbon capture, I think, should be applied there where there's at the moment not really a possibility for alternatives. And this is, I think, mainly in the cement industry, for example, where the process itself emits CO2. Yeah? and then you need the technology to capture the CO2. Yeah? It should not be just technology for an application where you have a solution for renewables. Yeah? First, really to think about, do you have a solution here? And if not, then to think about carbon capture. And what I think what is, let's say, more convenient is carbon utilization. Yeah? So to convert the CO2 into, for example, into black carbon. Black carbon is a sink of carbon, and this can be used then in different materials, for example. Yeah? So there are possibilities to further use carbon in new products, etc., not only to store it in somewhere under the ground. Yeah? So I think this carbon management in general, to think about how to manage the carbon in a circle, this is a crucial approach for the future, a crucial target, and here we still sometimes in a quite early stage on the technology development. There are different technologies, different possibilities, but I think here research is needed to further to develop these technologies and also to demonstrate these technologies.